Okay, grade 2. Now we're really rocking. Hopefully you've got the idea of the scales and you've got your donut in your head. The donut, if you've not seen it before, is my way of just describing how every single major and minor scale is represented. Bing! There's your donut. Every major scale will always go around from on a starting note, start on a note, always go round one cycle and then back down again. So, for example, an E flat major scale will have an E, then an F, and a G, and an A, and a B, and a C, and a D, and an E. Some of them are flat, but the note names are there. It will never skip a note name. It will never play the same note name twice. So it's good to have in your head. So if you know what the flats are, you can apply them to the donut you've got going on there. So, grade 2, Trinity, trumpet. You have got 3 scales to worry about. One is B flat major scale. So if you look at your donut, you're going to start on a B and go around to a B and come back down again. Except it's a B flat because it's called a B flat major scale. Now, this scale has got a flat in front of it, so B flat major scale. You're going to have flats to worry about, not sharps. In major scales, you're going to either worry about, and minors, the key signature is either going to be all flats or all sharps or none. And so you've got B flat in the title. It's going to be flats. You're not going to worry about sharps. So at the time of speaking, you've got B flat, because it's B flat major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat. But there is another one. There's another flat to worry about. I'll just tell you what it is. No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to play it. There is another flat, but see if you can pick out which one it is. So what I want you to do is just to listen and think, oh, that doesn't sound right. That note there is not quite right. So this is the B flat major scale. Round that donut once with just the B flat. And if you listen back to that, you might rewind it and notice my little eyebrow raising and lowering when the extra flat should have been there. Yes, it was the E, the 4th note. So you need B flat and you need E flat. B and E, bacon and eggs. So that is your B flat major scale, from B to B with a B flat and an E flat. Fingering for B flat is first valve. Fingering for E flat is 2 and 3. There is also an arpeggio as ever with these major scales. The arpeggio as ever is the first note, the 3rd note, the 5th note, and the cherry on the top. So it's B flat, D, F, and the top B flat. Sounds like this. Now, at grade 2, they are going to want you to tongue the note. In other words, use your tongue to separate every single note out, speaking the notes da, 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 da. And they're going to want you to slur it, which means playing it like it's one long note, like this. So it's like one long note that you don't interrupt. It's one note that you change the valves, move the lips, and blow a bit harder as you get higher. Not easy, especially when you're slurring it. You might run out of air, so you've really got to take a big breath. Second scale, D major. So B flat major had 2 sharps. D major has got B flat major's got 2 flats. D major's got 2 sharps. I said in the one of the previous videos, that if your scale has got a flat in the name, in other words, B flat major, you're going to have flats in the key signature. Generally speaking, apart from F major, if it doesn't, like D major, E major, G major, A major, B major, they'll have sharps. And this is one that does not have a sharp in front of it. You're probably going to have sharps, and you do. You have 2 sharps to worry about. So you're going to start on D. Look at the donut there. You're going to start on D and go all the way around to D and back down again. The 2 sharps you're going to need are F sharp and top C sharp, which is 1 and 2, like A, but a bit higher. Bottom C sharp is 1, 2, and 3, but we don't worry about that in this scale. So you've got your D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, and top D, which is first valve. Top D, first valve. Should sound like this. And the top note made it as clean as the bottom note. Not easy, but you gotta do it. They're going to ask that slurred as well. Arpeggio for D major. The first note, D. The third note of the scale, F sharp. And the fifth note, A. And the top note is the same as the bottom note, which is the D. D, F sharp, A, and top D. Don't worry too much about this at grade 2. That business going on there. Don't worry about it. Slow it as well. Sorted. And the other one, the minor scale that you've got to do is D minor. D minor has got one flat in the key signature. It's got one flat. That is it. So you can go around your D donut, starting on D, going up to D, sticking in one flat, which is B flat. The first flat is always B flat. Never changes. First flat is always B flat. And then if you get more flats than that, you just add to it. So the second flat is E flat. So you add, as we found out in B flat major scale, you start with your B flat, add an E flat. So, D minor, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, first valve, C natural and D, that is your D natural minor scale. Here is again slurred. The D harmonic minor scale. As we said with grade 1, harmonic minor scales, you take the 7th note of the scale and raise it by a semitone. Looking at your donut, starting on D, D, F, G, A, B, C is the 7th note. Raise that up a semitone, you get C sharp. So this is one of those weird minor scales where you've got a flat and you've got a sharp to worry about. The sharp is not in the key signature, it's an accidental, it's just applied to this one note on its own. So, it should sound like this. Slurred. I was going to say something then. No, it's all gone. So the melodic, D melodic minor, sounds like this. You've got to raise the 6th and the 7th notes, and on the way come down as the key signature as the natural minor, which in our case is 1 flat. So on the way up, the 6th and 7th note are B flat, which we raise up to B natural, and C natural, which we raise up to C sharp. What is going on? So instead of D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, the B flat turns to B natural, because that's upper semitone, and the C turns to C sharp. And on the way down, it comes down as 1 flat. Slurred. The arpeggio for all those 3 minor scales is exactly the same because it's the 6th and 7th notes which don't appear in the arpeggio, which are the ones you're changing. So the ones you change don't appear in the arpeggio, so you don't need to worry about it. The arpeggio is the same for a natural minor, harmonic minor, and melodic minor. Don't forget, you only have to pick one of those minor flavors in the exam. You don't have to do all 3. So you could pick the D natural minor, and it's all fine. You just got 1 flat. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, grade 2ers, do your thing. Let me know how you get on. But the more you play them, the easier they get. Scales are not hard. They're just unfamiliar.